Okay, here's the 9.6 homework. All right, let's start off with number 3. All right, so 3, we have x over 4 equals x plus 2 over 2. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to, it's a fraction set equal to a fraction, so it's a proportion, so we cross multiply. So 2 times x, we get 2x equals 4 times x plus 2. So we got 2x equals, we distribute this, so we get 4x plus 8. And then if we subtract 4x, we get negative 2x equals 8. Divide by negative 2, and we get x equals negative 4. All right, and then number 5, we have x over 4 equals 9 over 4x. So again, we cross multiply. So 4x times x gives us 4x squared. 4 times 9 gives us 36. All right, we're solving this, it has a square in it, so we got to get rid of this 4 first. We divide by 4. X squared equals 9. And then we square root. Don't forget your plus or minus. So we get x equals, because the square root and the square cancel each other out, leaves us with x, plus or minus, and then the square root of 9 is 3. So we have x equals plus or minus 3. So it's a positive 3 or a negative 3. All right. The next one we have is number 7. All right, and 7 is 4 over x plus 1 equals x minus 1 over x plus 5. All right, so we're cross multiplying again. So we got 4 times x plus 5, and we got x plus 1 times x minus 1. So we distribute the 4. And we have to FOIL this out. But when we FOIL it out, because it's the difference of perfect squares, remember it's the difference of two squares, they're exactly the same, except one has a plus, one has a minus. We really just have to multiply the x times the x, gives us x squared, and 1 times negative 1 gives us a negative 1. And that's our answer, because the middle term is going to cancel out. It's going to be a positive 1x and a negative 1x, and they'll cancel out. All right, so let's see. We got an x squared in the problem, and we have an x. So that means we got to get everything over to one side. I'll keep the x squared where it's at. So I'm going to subtract 4x, subtract 4x. I'm going to move everything over to here, though. So I got x squared minus 4x minus 1 equals 20. So I just moved this side over to here and this side over there. All right, and then I subtract 20. All right, and I get x squared minus 4x minus 21 equals 0. All right, and now we have to factor it out. So 2 sets of parentheses equals 0. X is in the front. Signs are different. The factors of 21, that when I subtract it, I get a 7, or 4 would be 7 and 3. And 7's bigger, it has to go in the minus. So 7 here, 3 here. And then I set x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3, and I get x equals negative 3. And then I set x minus 7 equals 0. Add 7, and I get x equals 7. All right. And that's going to take us to number 9. Number 9, I have x over 5 equals negative 4 and x minus 9. So again, we cross multiply. So I have x times x minus 9, and then 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Distribute this, x squared minus 9x equals negative 20. All right, and then we add 20. Got x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. Now we have to factor this out. 2 sets of parentheses equals 0. X is in the front. Signs are the same. They're both negative. And factors of 20 that add up to 9 would be 4 and 5. Then I set x minus 4 equal to 0. Add 4 to both sides to get x equals 4. Set x minus 5 equal to 0. Add 5 to both sides to get x equals 5. So we get 2 answers for this one. All right, it takes us to number 11. So number 11, I have 4 over x plus 1 equals 2x plus 2 over x. All right, so now when I'm doing this one, it's like the ones we did for yesterday for homework. Well, this is the ones we did in the notes. All right, so I need a common denominator. Well, it's easy because I only have one denominator. So that's my common denominator. So I'm going to multiply everything by that x. All right, so the x's cancel out here, leaves me with a 4. Multiply x times 1 gives me 1x. Multiply x times this, and the x's cancel out, so it leaves me with 2x plus 2. And now all I gotta do is solve it. So let's see, I'm gonna subtract 1x. And I'm gonna switch. All right, so 2x minus 1x gives me x plus 2. And then this 4. Just because that's the way we usually work it out. And then just subtract 2. And I get x equals 2. So I have my answer. All right. And then let's see, 2 more to do. Number 13. All right, I have 9 over x minus 1 equals 3 over x plus 2. And again, common denominator, there's only one denominator, it's an x. So I'm going to multiply everything by that x. When I multiply the first one, they cancel out, so it leaves me at 9. Then I got to multiply the x times the negative 1, gives me negative 1x. Then I got to multiply the x times the 3 over x. The x's cancel out, leaves me at 3. And then I got to multiply the x times the 2, which gives me 2x. All right, let's add 1x. Add 1x gives me 9 equals 3 plus 3x minus 3 minus 3. 6 equals 3x. And then divide by 3, and we get x equals 2. All right, and then the last one. 15. 15, I have 1 minus x over x minus 4 equals 3 over x plus 2. All right, well, our common denominator here, we got 2, so it's going to be x minus 4 times x plus 2. That's our common denominator. All right, so we got to multiply everything by it. So when I multiply the first term by it, that's a 1. I'm going to get x minus 4 times x plus 2 minus, then I multiply the second term by it, and the x minus 4's cancel out, so it leaves me with x times x plus 2, and then multiply the last one by it. The x plus 2's cancel out, so it leaves me with 3 times x minus 4. Alright, so this one I have to FOIL out. So I got x times x gives me x squared. And then we got x times 2 gives me 2x. And then negative 4 times x gives me a negative 4x. 2 and negative 4x give me a negative 2x. And then negative 4 times positive 2 gives me a negative 8. And then negative x times x gives me a negative x squared. Negative x times 2 gives me a negative 2x. And then 3 times x, 3x. 3 times negative 4, negative 12. Alright, so now we've got to combine our like terms. We have an x squared and a negative x squared. They cancel out. I got a negative 2x and a negative 2x. That gives me negative 4x. I got a minus 8. And then I got equals 3x minus 12. Alright, so let's see. Let's move the 4x over. Plus 4x plus 4x. I got negative 8 equals 7x minus 12. And then I add 12, add 12. Gives me 4 equals 7x. And then I divide by 7, and we get x equals 4/7. All right, and that was it for the homework.